Welcome everyone who's joining me live on Facebook and Instagram. Welcome everyone who's joining me on the replay on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I am Breath Master Aaron Motley, your global community elder, bringing you to health and wellness optimally in a supreme and divine fashion. I appreciate this opportunity to share with you, to be your guide in this moment, to help you to move towards your better self. The greatest gift you can give is a whole and healthy you, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And the best way to begin that process is with the breath, as we begin all aspects of life with the breath. Breath is your constant companion from the moment you come out of the womb and you find your breath. The breath finds you and invites you to life on the terra firma, on earth, so that you can be the divine, magnificent earth being. Citizen, or should I say, being of the entire planet. Not one part, not one portion, but in the entirety of the whole. The breath we breathe every day is air and oxygen and molecules and atoms that have been around for millennia, for billions and billions of years. We are connected to our ancestors, to all of the beings that have existed on this planet. And as we exhale and as we affirm and express our presence, it will remain for all those to follow, all those beings, small and large. So with that life force energy, we want to be responsible. We want to be fully aware of how to utilize it to maximize our divine potential. So this is why I provide this gift to you on a consistent basis. I'm humbled by the opportunity to serve. So, hands at your side, elbows relaxed at your side. With each exhalation, blowing through the nose, activating the abdominal muscles on the push. We're not pushing from the chest. If you find that you're doing any type of upper body movement, you're pushing from here. This is the fight or flight region. This is the stress region. This is the animalistic. This is the desperation. This is the depression aspects of the lungs. It's also the exhilarating and igniting fight or flight, which is a very temporary and highly stressful, intense state, which is intended to save your life. Once you get out of that state, you want to move into the relaxation, meditation portion of the lungs, or of the body, where the lungs extend down into the lower thoracic abdominal cavity, where that diaphragm moves down. This is where you connect to your divine self. So this is why it's very important that you learn to utilize and activate the abdominal muscles as part of the breathing apparatus. And the best way to do that is a long, slow when you're calming yourself, or when you're meditating. When you are really getting into the deeper aspects of your breathing practice, you want to activate these muscles and you learn to use them in a much quicker fashion to ignite the digestion of whatever is in your abdominal region, to aid in the processing of all of those concepts. This part of the body is known as the conception vessel, from here down to between the anus and the genitals. This is where life is conceived. This is where, believe it or not, your thoughts are conceived, because your mind and your gut has a divine connection. When you think things in your mind and they don't feel right in your gut, that's your gut, gut mind telling your brain mind, that there is some realignment that needs to happen. And in order for you to have this mind functioning optimally, you have to practice activating the use of the abdominal muscles to circumvent that vagus nerve that moves between and communicates from the gut mind or the enteric nervous system to the brain or the central nervous system. So this process is extremely vital for that reason foundationally. So elbows at your side, hands at your side. Push gently with the abdomen with a bit of force, not extremely. We're not trying to blow our nose. We just want to push air out and feel it in the palms of our hands. After we thrust, we relax and slightly inhale. Automatically, there's going to be a vacuum that's created because going from compression to expansion automatically causes a vacuum that pulls air into the nostrils. And you gently assist that to get a little more air in so that you can again engage a full thrust. Now when you go initially, as you attune to this, you're more than likely going to express more than you would once you get attuned and start increasing the amount or the volume, the number of breaths per minute. The more you increase the breath, generally speaking, unless it is with intention, the breaths become lighter and less, with less volume on the thrust and on the inhale, because you push out less, you pull back in less. This is an even swap breath. The same amount you push out is the same amount you want to pull in. So when you're doing, automatically the body's going to pull back in according to the amount and the volume of the exhalation. When you're doing it slowly, when you increase its pace, you're pushing out less in order to be able to increase the pace, because when you're going, it takes more time. It takes more volume. When you're going, it takes less time and less volume. It's called the breath of fire because it's going to increase the intensity of heat in the abdominal region, in the dantian, as it's known in the Asian culture or in Chinese culture. I don't know if that's Mandarin or Cantonese or one of the other Chinese dialects. So anyway, as you practice, you want to get lighter with a thrust in order to increase the pace. Still want to feel the air on your hands. Now it's known as the breath of fire, but you're not breathing fire. If you open your mouth, you will feel heat coming from your mouth, because that's coming from the digestive system, where the heat is built here, where the furnace, where the food is cooked. If you're doing from the nostrils, you're doing it more so from the upper portion, from the lungs, which is cooler. When we inhale, we're bringing in cool air into the lungs. When we exhale, the lungs are still cool until you get heated. But when you go, from the abdominals, that area is going to be warmer and have even more moisture because it's coming through the esophagus, through the trachea, as well as the esophagus, more so the trachea. The two different tubes that express oxygen or carbon dioxide and moisture out of the body. So again, gently through the nostrils. Notice the abdominal movement. If it's not happening for you, you want to feel it happen, put one hand on the abdominals. Attune to the movement. After some time with this practice, you will be able to increase the pace to an extreme rapid pace. If you are not there now, don't worry about it. That's what practice is for. And you must practice. They say practice makes perfect. I'm going to say practice creates mastery. And once you have mastered a thing, practice aids your perpetuation of mastery. Pardon me. Slight interruption. Forgot to put on the airplane mode or do not disturb. So anyway, back to the lesson. Practice. Practice. Extreme practice. Rhythmic practice. These are nuanced ways that you can develop your practice. All practice is of great benefit. All practice will increase your ability, your divinity, the volume of your breath, the extent of your immunity and immune function of the functioning capability of the body. It will allow you to become your more divine self, which is extremely essential for the work that you are here to do. We are all here to be of service to each other, to the planet. This is divine work. Elevate yourself, maximize your potential. Do your breath work. I am Breath Master Aaron Motley, your global community elder, coming to you global locally to aid your movement, your forward movement to your divine self. I thank you for this humble opportunity. See you next time.